Hey everyone, I'm back out at the range. Do a little follow-on video to my episode 1 of Range Ammo Lame or Spicier Lame. And today I'm going to be shooting the 5-inch 1911 that I have from Sig Sauer that is chambered in 10mm. And so I'm going to just do some velocity tests with the LabRadar and see what we get and see what the velocities I am able to achieve with the 5-inch barrel out of that Ammo Inc. And Federal cartridges. Okay, first up, I have American Federal Eagle 180 grain, again out of my Sig Sauer 1911 Emperor Scorpion, chambered in 10mm. So I have 8 rounds, got the LabRadar set up, see if we can get some of these velocities measured and see what we get with this range ammo. .1067, 1071, 1074, 1059, 1062, 1055, 1055 again, and 1055 again. It is registering them because it says that I have 8 shots. So I don't think, like on a chronograph, it's not registering them. I would get a different error if it was missing it. So I'm going to put this down and we will look at the averages. Okay, let me just update the LabRadar. I'll bring it over in here as sunlight's a little bit bright. Had an average of 1062, high of 1074, low of 1055. The standard deviation was 7.5, number of shots was 8. So a little bit faster when you get a 5-inch barrel, which is what we were expecting to see with some of the other videos that I had on this cartridge. Now let's take a look and see how this compares to the Ammo Inc. Next up, we have Ammo Inc. 180 grain TMC. Let's see how this does in the 1911 Sig Sauer 5-inch barrel. We'll see what velocities we can get with it. 1184, 1212, 1225, 1220, 1234, 1215, 1204, 1212, and I think that was it. I'm not really getting locked back on this magazine. All right, so let's just take a quick look and see what the averages were for that. Okay, so an average of 1213, high of 1234, low of 1184, standard deviation 15, number of shots 8. That's pretty big, good pickup. I think someone was telling me that an average 10mm or sort of the Norma spec was a 200 grain, I think it was, bullet going 1200 feet per second. And in this range ammo, we have a 180 grain going roughly 1200 feet per second. So it's still lower than what it should be, but it's closer to regular full spec 10mm ammo, which I think is great because, again, what we're looking for is what type of ammunition we can use that will be comparable to the type of ammunition we take when we go out to, type of ammunition that we carry for personal defense, personal protection, and self-defense. I like to use the Underwood ammo, so in my shots after this, I'll do the add-up chart. I'll add this to the chart that I used in the previous video, just showing this 5-inch barrel. And we will compare it against the Underwood ammo out of the 3.8-inch barrel and some of the other loads with this out of the 3.8-inch barrel and see if we're getting close to what the full power ammunition would be. So let's just take a quick look at the add-up slide. And as you can see, we have quite a few rounds here that we're testing in this Spicier Lame video. First off, I just want to note that I have tested the 5-inch barrel with the Underwood 220 grain. That's our full load test. We see that we have an average velocity of 1231 on a 220 grain bullet with an energy foot-pounds of 740. And so I just wanted to note, when we take a look at that Federal and the Ammo Inc., when you just compare energy foot-pounds with the 5-inch barrel that we tested here today, we had 451 with the Federal and 588 with the Ammo Inc. Compared to the 740 for the Underwood, that's a pretty big difference. In fact, you could argue, and I think legitimately, that the Federal is actually below 40 Smith & Wesson, and that the Ammo Inc. is loaded about where some spicier or full power 40 Smith & Wesson rounds are typically loaded. Not really a good 10 millimeter round. I mean, certainly the Ammo Inc. is better than others, but we're still a far cry from what a full loaded 10 millimeter round should be getting at too. So with that, let me know what you think. Are these rounds that you would like to practice with? Is this good range ammo? What do you use for your range ammo? Coming up in the next few days, I should be releasing another video where I test a couple other different rounds, and we'll see how this goes. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.